Hey everyone, thank you for watching my brand new video. Before we get started, just remember to like and subscribe. Don't forget to comment too. If you have any suggestions, anything you see that you want to give tips on, feel free to do so. If you like my videos, let me know, subscribe, let me know. That all lets me know that you guys are enjoying what I'm doing, and I'll keep putting out more content. Today we're going to be looking at the F-150, and we're going to be looking at doing some of the rear brakes on them. It's actually a fairly easy job, but there are some things to note. So we're going to go through that, and we'll get started on that now. The first thing, before we got into the brakes itself, is we're going to talk about taking off the wheels. I'll just do that quickly. I've already done it here, as you can see. So what I normally do is I jack up the car itself. In this case here, with the Fords, you could just do it right at the diff. Once that's done, then you loosen these. They're 21 millimeter bolt lugs. Get your jack stand situated. In this case here, I've just got it right onto the axle there, and then I drop it down. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to want to take off the caliper itself. To do that is just two bolts here. Those are 10 mil bolts. So just put it on and give it some good taps on your ratchet, and it should loosen out. Same with the bottom one here. We have to loosen these clips, which I've done already. And in case you're wondering, you just get a little flathead or something. You put it right in there, and you can pry it forward. And I've taken my pry bar, and I've put it in here using an axis, and I'm just pushing it to kind of compress it. Just need to compress it just enough to get this loose. There we go. There you go. So now when you put this, you do not want to have it hang. You're putting undue strain on this rubber hose. And now once you got this off, it's just a matter of taking your pads out, which we are going to do here. And you can see it's loaded in with that piece in the back. And then this one is going to come out here. Actually, we're going to take that out separately. Oh, there we go. Okay, this is always one of my fun parts, is taking off the rotor, because you always want the best case scenario. You want it that it just comes right off. It's on there pretty well. Oh, wait, we may get lucky. I was playing with it earlier. Oh, it's just there. What I'm going to do, first thing I'm going to try, is gently pry with my trusty pry bar. Just going to put it right here. This is the frame. I'm going to put it against the rotor and just gently give it a pull. Almost there. Okay, and we're also going to get a hammer. I'm going to give it a couple taps. You don't want to resort to anything too heavy yet. What you're really trying to do is shock any of the rust and corrosion out of it. So you want to give it firm but soft hits, nothing too big. Now once you get it off though, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to inspect. You're going to check things like the springs here. These are the inner shoes for the parking brake, just to mention. So you check the springs. There's these retaining clips here and here. This one did give us a little bit of problems. You see we cleaned it up and got it back on. You'll want to clean around. So what I use is I have this kind of heavy duty wire brush. I'm just going to even clean things like the plate here. Go off all in around here on your hub. Get anywhere you can with the wire brush first. Of course, if you have a smaller wire brush, that comes in handy too. Just anywhere you can clean up. From there, I'm going to take my sandpaper, and the areas I couldn't get to, particularly around the hub and so on here. For the shoes, I'm going to give them a very, very light scruff. And I mean, don't go nuts on it. Just smooth it out. Now once that's done, I just take my brake parts cleaner, and we're going to give it a little spritz. I have a pan underneath. There. You're going to want to open this up. So you want to open that up and just leave it aside. First thing you're going to do is you're going to check it. So the reason you're checking it is because, see this boot here? It's a rubber boot. that if you've got a lot of dirt or contamination in here, or if it's cracked and you depress this, you can actually crack the boot, which dust can get in, or you can even get some brake fluid leaks eventually. All sorts of issues can come up from that. This could seize, anything can happen. But how this tool works, you put a pad in on this side here. Again, brake fluid's open. Put the tool in here, and this has a plate that locks into here. And this just pushes on the old pad. Of course, again, remember you're using the old pad, and you're just going to wind it in. But I've gone ahead and just got a C-clamp because obviously we got to move on, and I compressed it out. I've already compressed it. Maybe I should have filmed it, but it's pretty straightforward, right? It's a pretty heavy-duty C-clamp. I like this clamp, actually. I just put it on and compressed it all the way till it's flush here. Again, watching out for the boot, that you don't damage the boot or anything like that. We're going to once again check the boot, make sure there's no tears on it that's gone in. Make sure you see no fluid leaks or anything of concern. And now we're going to move on to the boots. Now, the first thing you want to check and see if it moves freely. Now, this actually moves pretty well, as you can see. So we're just going to pull the boot back. I'm going to push it. Now, you don't push it all the way, just enough here. And you're just going to get some caliper lube. And we're just going to put some on here. Get as much in as you can, and then we're going to pull that, and we're going to push it all the way in, play it a bit, and then do the same for the other side. And then same thing, push the boot back, it'll seal. Actually, if these rubber are good, it'll seal. Who cares about the mess? And then you just play it. And we're going to do the same for the other side now. So again, we're just going to lube it up with some caliper lube, seal it up, move it through, and pull that through and play and make sure. Okay, so before you put on the rotors, you're going to want to adjust out your rear shoes. That is with an adjustment screw here. To do that, first you spray some WD-40 on it, or any type of water displacement lubricant. No thick lubricants, just stuff that will kind of get into the rust and the corrosion. Any type of lubricant like that. And then I just took a flathead, which I'll just show you here. Just put it on here and slowly tick it upward. You may also have to kind of pull the spring down slightly to do that. Go ahead and take out the brand new rotor. See, nice beautiful rotor here. Caution here now, I've just washed my hands. You want to use clean gloves or clean hands. And when you're holding it, even when holding it though, you're going to want to make sure not to touch the braking surface at all. And if you've made your adjustments, that should slip on nicely. So, of course, just as everything, you inspect first, make sure everything is good. We inspect these out, make sure it's the right pads, make sure that everything matches up as far as brackets and clips and everything. Again, just going to do this with caution. So again, take these out before. It was just something I overlooked in filming today. So we're going to tap these out. There. The first thing is we're going to just pry that there. And then we just tap. But a wire brush or anything will clean that right off, and then put the new clip on. Just put that on there. We're going to tap. And once in, nice and snug, just tap in the clips to hold it in place. From there, we can go ahead and start putting on our pads. This goes on here. It's going to give it a little tap back into the ball peen. Then you're going to take your new brake. You're going to get some, I have this thing called Disc Brake Quiet, which is really nice, right here. We're just going to spray the back. I'm going to do it against the box here. Just this red stuff that goes on. Again, use gloves. And then this will go right into here, like so. And clamp into here. Now we go and take this. Oh, and I got some like grease on my hands. We're going to put this over here, and you can see why I lifted this out just slightly. Now, because we have new clips, I may have to hammer this, not new clips, sorry, new brackets and everything. I may have to hammer this in slightly. Now it's done, you can see the clips are on. I'm going to just take my hammer and, with the ball peen side and tap these in, just to make sure they're holding nice and tight and firm. They should be clipped into the, right inside here, those little clips. And make sure that everything is mounted on the bracket. I can see the bottom here. If you look right here, you can see that there's a little bit of distance, so we're just going to tap that in. There we go. Alright, so you can see we have the bolts here a little bit dirty right now because they got stuff on them from the breeze. We're just going to take a rag and clean them all up, get all the gunk off. It's looking good. The unthreaded part of it, you're going to put some caliper lube on. You can be liberal with it, but don't oversaturate, but you don't have to worry about too little, too much. Just get a good coat going on and make sure it's entirely coated. I'm going to put that through here. Thread it right in. Get another fresh rag. You don't want to use the same dirty rag. Okay, and you're going to grease it up. Okay. Alright, so typically what you'll do now is we're just going to go ahead and tighten those on. You want to be careful of things like cross-threading or anything like that. So there is torque specifications. Some of you may hate me for this, but I'm not using the torque specifications for something like this. Essentially what I'll do is I'll go to it's about hand tight. And then once hand tight, I'll give it another quarter turn or so. Now on the bottom of the video here, I should have the torque specifications. I didn't get it for the video. However, if you guys want to do it the right way, I'll have the torque specification for you. So first thing though is you put your wheel on. So you can see that I've already put the antiseize onto the bolts itself. It's just this kind of grayish antiseize, works great, perfect for the wheel lugs. We're going to go and line this up and lift it. Get that right on there, nice and snug. And when you're doing this part, it doesn't matter. You can just hand tight it, or if you have an impact gun, just zip it right till it gets to the rim itself and then leave it. And that's where it's very important to tighten your wheels the right way. So this here, you see now, it's pretty much hand tight. You can even get get your torque wrench and give it a little extra tug, but really this will work, trust me. Now once you've dropped it down and it's nice and hand tight, you'll start, and in this case with the 6-bolt pattern, you go right across. You start from any one, doesn't matter. You start from one, and you go across, and you go across, and then you go across, and you go across, and you go across. Right? So once they're all tightened, again with the wheel touching the ground, then you go to the full 150. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you put your cap back on, and you're all done. Thank you very much for watching the video. I hope the video's helped you guys out a bit. Again, if you have any tips or anything like that, let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Other than that, I'll see you guys next video.